how do you determine what lightning strikes get prioritized and when? I think that's a big question that I have, and I think others listening, because lightning can strike just about any time, right?
Right.
You could be in the car, in the bathroom, whatever, have a great idea, but how do you sort of score those ideas, and how do they get prioritized? At least, specifically for RTA, but then maybe some general feedback on the idea itself.
Yeah. That's a good question. And that's more where the question of how many leads is this going to generate? What revenue is this going to bring in? That's more, and how much does it cost? That's more where those questions come in. You asked at the beginning, Mike. Like, for example, a Super Bowl commercial is a lightning strike, right? And we could spend $250,000 on a 30-second, Super Bowl commercial. But is that the right thing for us? So a lightning strike, plan or I guess plan is the best word. Although they are big, high energy things, it doesn't mean that they're always the right thing for you. So writing a book might not be, one of those things. So, we looked at what the risk versus reward, the cost obviously as well, kind of a cost benefit analysis. Some things like the book, like we don't intend on the book being, at the top of any bestseller lists or at the terminal, next to the counter at the airport. We don't envision that, but it is going to lend a massive amount of credibility to us and to help us establish that category in the minds of the people who are really our niche that want to see that. So, cost benefit analysis, looking at the risk versus reward, the amount of lift that it's going to take in order to get that, looking at those things and the bandwidth that it's going to require. And we made a list of a lot of different options, and most of them got taken off, and that's okay. Or maybe we have a V2 of our lightning strike plan that we tackle later, but we wanted to get the big things done. And not even big things, by the way, like changing our logo. After we did that, well, we put up new decals, all around the company with our new category that we just created. Things like that, little, small, quick, but it's a lightning strike because it kind of gets us all moving in the right direction. So little things like that can be a part of that as well. But some things, there's metrics you can measure, like a new ad campaign. Okay, what are our costs going to be? What do we hope we get in terms of landing page views or content downloads or things like that? Other things are more ethereal. They're more immeasurable, like how they feel when they come into work, that kind of thing. But those are all things that we considered as we kind of, looked at the list of lightning strike ideas that we're going to do.
Makes sense. So really kind of looking at both the bottom line impact that a lightning strike could potentially have, as well as sort of the social, emotional, and maybe even say spiritual impact that it can have with your stakeholders.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Exactly.
And a lightning, and I think you brought up something that was really valuable, is that a lightning strike could be something big, like a Super Bowl ad, or it could be something small or something, relatively small and inexpensive, but that could have a big impact. And I think that's a really valuable point, because I think for me, at least, I've never, like we talked about earlier, most marketers will never have the opportunity to be part of a category design initiative, simply because it's not just an everyday undertaking. It's a multi-year, probably $1 million investment that an organization has to undertake. So it's not every day that most marketers get this. But my idea of a lightning strike, at least prior to our conversation, was that it had to be the big, kahuna, the 8,000-pound gorilla, as they say. But really what you're saying, James, is it could be something as meaningful as a decal on a window that could just change people's perspective. So thank you for sharing.
Or posting on LinkedIn, like that's a very low lift that doesn't cost a lot. It's actually free, to post on LinkedIn and get our employees jazzed about doing that. Low lift, high reward. That's part of our lightning strike plan. So looking at those things kind of helps make that decision easier. But